grab your cup. Let's talk about how to access the spiritual aspect of who you are, your spirituality. Because I believe, as a whole life coach, which is part of my training and what I do with my clients, it's one of the tools. I believe that connecting to your spirituality and that aspect of yourself is part of moving forward in your life, growing more. We're here to have a spiritual experience. So we have a soul. We're here to, in this lifetime, not only do our life, work hard, have the human experience, which is all the actions and work that you take with your physical body, but I believe we're also here to have spiritual growth, to connect deeper into ourselves so that we can use that connection to help us in the human experience of surviving. So your spirituality is a connection deeper into yourself. It is not about following rules and rituals of whatever religion you may choose to be a part of. So every religion has somebody as the authority, somebody who says, this is what you need to do for this religion. And if we're going to accept you in this religion, we better see you doing these things. These are the rules you have to follow. These are the rituals you have to practice. You can do those things, but not be spiritual at all. Because if you're doing those things and you are in a dysregulated nervous system, so your nervous system is, whether you're at peace and rest and love, or whether you are at fear or in fear, whether you're holding anger, whether you're ready for a fight or preparing to be attacked, whether you're avoiding what's really inside of you and shoving it down, that's ignoring it, being in freeze mode, whether you're numbing out what you really feel. When you're doing those things, your nervous system is dysregulated. You're not in rest and peace. And therefore, you're not in the presence of love. Over 360 times in the Bible, it says, fear not. It says, love is the answer. There's a reason why. Fear and love cannot exist in the same space, the space of your body, the space of you. Fear and love cannot exist at the same time. It's not possible. They're two completely different things. If you're stuck in fear, anxiety is a form of fear. Depression comes from fear because it's been too long that you've been stuck in fear, that you've been afraid to really express yourself, that you've been holding down who you are to the point of depression and apathy, like you don't even care anymore. That's the freeze part of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Fawn is taking care of everybody else, not connected to self. If you're in fear and your nervous system is not peaceful, calm, you're not in love. When you're not in love, you don't have access to your spirituality. So you can do all of your rules and religions. You can go to church every day. You can be on your knees praying all the time. But if it comes from fear, there is no connection. The connection comes from getting your physical body and your emotions into the place of love. When you have faith, the level of faith that is in the Bible, that Jesus talked about, having faith means I am present to love. I shut off that critical judgment voice. You have to be present to love for yourself. The one person you're with every moment of every day is yourself. You live here inside of you. If you are criticizing and judging, there's no love. If you're not loving yourself, think about all the things you say to yourself as you go throughout your day. You walk past the mirror and you go, oh God. You say something happens, you forget your keys. I'm so stupid, you say to yourself. Would you say to anybody you're so stupid? Some of you would, because you grew up in households where you were told you were stupid. When you have that critical voice of judgment in your head about yourself, what's wrong with me? Why do I always mess up? Why do I keep doing this? You're angry with yourself. You are not present to love. It's not possible. And when that's happening, you are not accessing your spirituality. You can be doing all of your rituals. You might be following all of the rules, but there's no access to your love for yourself, your spiritual connection to God. When you love yourself, you can directly connect to God. You don't need some authority to tell you this is what to do. You have that. You came from the same source as any other human being. But when we're stuck in fear, we don't remember that, and we don't feel love, and therefore we keep saying the prayers we keep saying, hoping that it's going to turn out, but never getting ourselves into faith, never moving out of fear into the love. That is the access to your spiritual self. As a whole life coach, this isn't something that I made up. This is something that I had to learn through a life of fear and a dysregulated nervous system, and always ready for a fight and always defending and super critical of myself. I'm speaking from my own life experience, and then choosing to learn what I needed to learn and to go through and actually get trained so that I could help other people do the same thing. So in healing your past and in changing patterns, your patterns got created because you were fearful. At some point in your life, you figured out, this is how I can feel safe, because I don't. So if I do everything everybody else says, then I'll feel safe. If I don't speak up and make people mad, then I'll feel safe. And that becomes a pattern. If I got criticized a lot when I was young, I keep doing that to myself now because it's normal. When you're doing that and you choose to heal it so that you can move forward in your life, being present to love, connected to your inner self, deepening your spirituality, then life completely changes. It goes from like black and white, watching a black and white TV, to vibrant technicolor, which is the life that you were intended to live before all of that fear got piled on. Moving from fear into love is one of the biggest things that we work on with my clients. So if that resonates with you, if you know that your spiritual aspect is something that you've never really connected with, drop me a comment. Maybe you could say spirit or spiritual or me, whatever it is, to let me know, because lots of people leave me tons of comments all the time, which I completely appreciate. But if you're interested in this conversation and how to deepen your spiritual connection through healing all of that messaging and what's happened, drop me that kind of comment so that we can connect. Okay? Have a good day.